It is I, Dominic Luxiors. Uh, Pre-editor me, by the way. This is after editing. Um, this is a second part to a prior video that's like an hour long. I scrapped it because it felt like I was rambling too much and it wasn't worth. So this is the video for this week, and maybe next time I'll make the first part available. So hopefully you like this one. And this video is gonna be like maybe 30 minutes long. But if you're willing to watch this full video, thank you, first of all. Second of all, I want to say, if you take these words to heart, I mean, this guy's gonna do it, isn't he? Leave it alone, please. Begging. Okay, he knows I'm gonna run. Okay. I would say, do your own thing. I mean, you can take my words into heart if you really wanted to. I also have soft piano in the back because I was kind of getting bored of talking with that music. You might actually hear music in the what's it called, in the my brain in the actual video, because I'm just gonna add audio to that. Probably. If I don't, then well, damn. But as I was saying, my words are my words, and that's exactly what they are. Take them to heart if you want, but sometimes I just kind of spew out random things, and they're either not what I meant to say, or at that moment it feels like it's the right words. Because I looked back at my first video and I was like, yeah, most of that's pretty good, but like there's parts where I'm rambling and it makes no sense. And I'm sorry for the times that I ramble on, because this is live commentary. Because why not? Sorry. But yeah. My words are just words. You can listen, but don't take everything out of context or take everything as gospel, because I'm not God. I'm not some shining light in the darkness. I'm just a guy who wants to bring feelings to light, that depression is a real thing, that all these illnesses are a real thing, that truly your feelings matter, that people are willing to look at the world and realize that there's life everywhere. There's happiness, there's joy, there's really a lot of things you can do in life that, if you wanted to, you can go there. You can find joy in the most simplest of things if you actually went and did them. And I think I said this last video, that if you want to do something, do it. Don't back out of it because you think something bad's gonna happen. And truly, bad things happen every day. Whether or not you see it is up to you, but it's always there. There's always damage being done, whether or not it's from you or not. And people get, what's the word? It's not superstitious. I want to say superstitious, but it's not. But it's out there. It's a little, damage is always being done no matter what you try to do. Like, even in games where it's like a team shooter, there's always that one guy who thinks he's doing it all, but doesn't realize that it's a team shooter, that you need to work as a team to do what needs to be done. And in that aspect, it's also true in life, that there's times where you can't just do it by yourself. There's times where you genuinely need people to help you. That there's times where you need to talk, there's times where you need to let all this aggression out, that you need to tell someone how you feel, and all that other stuff. But then, friends and all that, there's people who just can never gain them. And for those people, I'm sorry. Number one. Number two, you'll find them eventually. But you can't hide yourself behind a mask. You need to let yourself enjoy being you. And if you can't do that, then, as I say, my famous quote, what are you going to do at the end? I don't think it's that. I'd say a lot of things, but basically I mean that every time I say something of the sort. If you're not you at the end of the day, then you're no one. And that's true with both your feelings, your emotions, and everything else. If I can't name them off, then, well, dang. Shoot, dang it, I guess. God, this video's gonna be so long. But, honestly, this is just me talking. Me enjoying talking to the viewers. With people who watches this? Watches this? That's not the right word. Yeah. People who enjoy watching this and hearing me ramble, then it's good for them. People who want to get to certain parts of the video and do all that, I don't know how to do bookmarks. Nor do I really care to do so. I just wanted this to be a talk show, basically, with one person speaking out about opinions that they feel like need to be talked about. And that people don't really, look at that. Don't really look around and watch for these types of things and just forget about it. Let's go get one of those in a second. But like I was saying, never seen that title before. I already forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely already forgot. I'm a very forgetful person. One person talking about opinions that I feel like should have light shed on them. Is that a word? Shedding light? Showing light? I don't know. But there's also people who I don't mind getting opinions from. Not just certain people, but everyone. An opinion is just that, an opinion. These are mental things that need to be talked about, at least in my eyes, that people need to understand. Like in life, there's people who truly don't like the world because they've been through so much of that patch of grass that just don't feel like it was ever real. There's childhoods that don't feel like it was a childhood. It wasn't put out there to be something that others don't get. Am I even Englishing? I don't think what I'm talking about is real. I'm just talking, I guess. I'm just letting my mouth work. I'm not thinking about what I say, I just say it. But, what was this? Oh my god, dude. I'm forgetting. People. Yes, people. People have bad childhoods, they have bad parents, they have bad, anyone just older than them, they've seen bad things. And people who've seen those bad things, they take it to heart, and it hardens them. It makes them feel cold, it makes them feel unwanted, it makes them feel like that the damage is done and it can't be fixed. And sometimes, yeah, the damage is done and it cannot be fixed. There's people who have been through wars, who've seen the things they've seen and can never get over it. But there's also the people who've done the same thing but haven't tried to get over it. Not saying that all of them do, saying that the people who have tried are truly a better person. And there's never any to feel envious of that type of person because you can make it there. Because envy is, in my opinion, worst. I would say the second, but the worst. I would think envy is the first worst sin. Not just because of Catholic or like all that. I don't think it's Catholic. I don't know if I'm wording it right. Just because envy is just a bad thing, period. I would say second would go to greed and third would be wrath. Because sometimes it isn't just greed. There's people who genuinely need that money to make a business run, who want to pay their people good and give them good lives. Like Silk Song is only $20 and it's a Hollow Knight game. Truly, the games are not that bad, in my opinion. The games were made good. Sorry, I'm yawning. It is like 12:41 for me at like night. It's like the afternoon. It's way afternoon. And their game is truly made for fun. I mean, people might rage over it because, you know, it's a game and it's testing their limits. But I would say even like the creator of Ultra Kill, they have that money because they earned it. They put the work in. They made everything as good as it gets, and they're still adding to it, and it's a pretty cheap game. It's a fairly cheap game to get. And they're still continuing to add stuff. And they always do their sales during summers and falls and Halloweens and all this other stuff. And I think it's a good thing. Because there was this post by, I don't know if it was a developer of Ultra Kill or the creator, but there was a post of someone pirating Ultra Kill. And I don't know if I'm not going to say quote unquote, because I don't know if it's a direct quote from them, but something along the lines of, the game was made for people to play it. It wasn't made to just be money grabbing and to be in trouble because you pirated the game. It was made entirely for the purpose of fun. And so are other games like this. I'm not really doing much to have fun. I'm just doing what is calming as I talk to you, the viewer. And I also have microphones off for very obvious reasons and all these other sounds so you're not overstimulated. Just soft piano, my voice, and me being a janitor. And all these games that people get angry at. Sorry, I'm yawning and I'm talking. I think that might be disrespectful. I don't know. But games are entirely meant to have fun. In every way, it's meant to have fun. But sometimes people take things way too seriously on games. And I think that truly it's not worth the time to get angry at something or someone. It's a game. And I can't say that without smiling to myself because I know I'm one of those people who get angry at a few games. I don't try to, but there's times where I feel like I had a bad team in like TF2, or I just play this game and sometimes I get killed for no reason, and I think that's a little annoying at times, yeah. But I don't ever try to take it out on someone. This game, I could just kill them back and it'll be fine there. Or just mess around with them. It's truly just a game at heart, and it's meant to have fun. If they're having fun killing people, then yeah, that's kind of their thing. In TF2 or TC2, whatever you decide on playing, I play both. I play TC2 the most, though, because it's actually fun. Ow, okay then, you can go away. I don't think that guy was on messing with me, because I do have a Molotov. But, And TC too, there's people who've been genuinely accusing me of cheating, who's been accusing me of being toxic, when truly if I see you do something dumb and I emote on you when you died to either your own bombs or you died to something of your own causing, and me emoting on that, I'm emoting because I thought it was funny. I'm not being toxic, and sometimes it seems that way. People take things too seriously. I think I just blew air on the mic and that part was loud. And I take things too seriously sometimes, when, even in real life, there's times where I feel like I've done something wrong even though I didn't do anything. I did what I could, and that's all I could have done. Even with friends who I've been with for years, who've dropped me over things that didn't seem fair, it's really not my choice. And I feel like younger me wasn't understanding of that fact. It wasn't my problem. What I do with friends is in my own personal interest and what they think is funny. But I've gotten to the point now to where I'm just me. I don't have this mask on where I have to act. I'm just playing and having fun. Even my channel, not my channel, my YouTube videos before I deleted them, they were just me and my friends playing games. But I've lost a friend that's been with me for a few years. I'm not gonna name drop him because, you know, that'd be awful for me to do that. But he left because he felt like I was doing too much. Where I felt like I wasn't me. Not that he's saying this, I'm saying this because what I felt like he left. I felt like he left because I wasn't me. I was acting, I was trying to just be funny. And it didn't hurt him or anything, it just felt like he left because he didn't think I was funny anymore. He used to just say I was entertainment, and I mean, I guess I am in some form of way if you want to think of that. I'm just entertainment. Whether or not that just be me messing around or playing around, it's really whatever. But now I've gotten to a point to where I feel like the best way to get to know me is by talking. And Jesus Christ, I got you through a whole chair. Talking is the best way to get to know one. Best way to get to know someone. And I'm getting to the point to where I just talk like I'm talking to a friend. And during that time, I've made a few other friends. I've actually made a lot more friends just being me than I have with just acting. Big yawn, sorry. Acting like someone you're not doesn't make you friends. It makes you feel like you're doing something right when truly you're lying to others. Like, even before then, before I even met anyone, I felt like I was a shut-in. I felt like I wasn't allowed friends because of how I felt about myself, how I felt that life would take me somewhere I didn't want to be. And truly, I'm glad that I changed that perspective. I'm glad that I looked at people and realized some of these people are really good, instead of just thinking of things that weren't, smart of me to think about at that age. My first friend was around 5th or 6th grade. I think it was 6th or 7th grade. And we just connected. This guy I want to name drop badly because he feels like a true friend. He's been with me for a while, and he's been with me for a good 6, 8 years, and I'm glad for that. He's talked to me in and outside of school. We talk a lot on Discord, we just mess around, and he's been a true friend forever. And sometimes online friends aren't bad either. Like, I'm pretty sure I can say usernames, but I don't think I want to. We're gonna call them... I don't know what to call them. I'm getting knifed down. Let me go this way. And they just jumped over. Okay. Well, as I was saying, sometimes being online is a bad thing because there's people that you can meet that don't feel like, friends. There's people who feel like they are manipulating you into doing things you don't want to do. And that's a true thing that happens to real people. And it's bad. Like, really bad. So, what is that? Oh. Yeah, it's truly bad. It's 12:52. Holy. I've been rambling on for a while. But, yeah. I'm just gonna finish this topic before I end this video because, online friends can be bad, but sometimes good. You just gotta, know what you're looking for. You know what? Okay, I feel like I'm gonna name drop because I don't feel like it would matter. Because, they're like aliases compared to like the real names. So we have Baller, the friend that's been with me for 8 years in real life and online. We have Sente. She is a very funny person who I enjoy playing with, who I enjoy to actually have fun with. We have Jill Peasy, the one that took me a bit to remember. She's been friends with me for, I would say, a few months now. Same with Sensei. Actually, almost a year now. Holy. Almost a year now with both of them. And, my boyfriend. We've been together for almost a month. And it's amazing, really, that I've met people that actually care about me, who've actually learned who I am as a person and understand that I care about them too, that I care about human beings no matter how they are. And no matter what you look like or how you act, you can always find that path to be you, or find that path to be someone you've been. I think that's the same thing. That makes no sense. Find the path to be you, a better you. A you that can be talked about and understood. If I didn't tell my friends who I really was, or even bother to talk to them, then I wouldn't have them at all. I wouldn't be able to talk to them about real things and serious things at all, actually. Because we talk about random things on actual calls, but if something serious comes up, I can always rely on them to talk to about anything. And same vice versa. They're real people who are doing real things in life. And Jordan, I almost forgot about Jordan. Jordan, my friend. We met on a game. Jordan is not their real name, that is their alias. We met on Roblox, and same with everyone else except for my boyfriend and Baller. But yeah. My boyfriend and Baller. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, I already name dropped him, Gage. Total accident, by the way, didn't mean to. Uh, except for those two, I met everyone else on Roblox. Big yawn, holy. But I was, met Jordan on a Roblox game, and we talked, and I found them funny, and they found me funny, and we just started, playing together sometimes. I mean, yeah, we don't really talk much now, because honestly, we haven't really talked in a while. And I feel like there's times where I need to reach out to people, but I just can't because I just kind of forget. I'm a very forgetful person. I can't really reach out to people unless I remember to. There's friends that at least I still think are still friends. Yeah, holy dude, I need to stop yawning. Who became friends with me but haven't talked to me in a long while. And mostly because the people I make friends with are people who also don't want to reach out first, that feel like they're bothering people. But usually Cynthia and Jill Peasy and all these other people reach out to me first, and I enjoy that. I enjoy being reminded that I have friends and a boyfriend who care. I'm gonna finish that up and I'm gonna dash out of here. You know what? Be lit on fire, pal. I can outrun you. Or not. Well. Yeah, as I was saying, I enjoy being reminded that I have friends who are willing to reach out and remember me. There's some that have... Okay, why am I still yawning? There's some people that have not remembered me, and sometimes I just forget them too. And I have to be constantly reminded of who they are unless we talk on a daily basis. Like me and Gage, we talk almost every day, and same with my boyfriend. Senti, we play games most of the time, and me and Jill Peasy play games together as well. And Jordan I haven't talked to in a bit, so I need to text them to see if they're doing, or if they even remember me. But honestly, we haven't been, actually, it wasn't that long. It hasn't been that long, I don't think. I don't know. I'll check later on. But, yeah, friends and all that. And you can always find someone to be your friend. We say that without yawning. You can always find someone to be your friend, but just look out for the obvious warning signs, please. Because there's people who just don't, and that's not a good idea. It's okay to ask people what they, do and all that, because that's what I've been asked before. I've been asked about what I am, what I do. And don't give out obviously private information. Please don't. Because that is, number one, a bad idea, and number two, shouldn't be done at all. It's the internet after all, and it wouldn't be very good to just have someone randomly appear in front of your house. Always a bad thing. Don't give up private information unless, a first name. First name seems, viable. Maybe a first name at most. First name and, I guess, depending on who it is, your age. But... yeah. You can find friends online. In real life, it might be hard because I've had that problem where I've met people who are way older than me, and yet I still find them interesting to talk to. I feel like I've connected with older people better than I have with people my own age group. And sometimes it's okay. I have friends who are way older than me. Even my parents, they think of me as a friend more than a son. I mean, probably both. I shouldn't say that, but probably both. As a friend and a son. I will say that I do not have a dad. Well, technically I do. I have a stepdad. And he's a very good stepfather. I call him dad all the time, though, because he's been there, my whole life since I was... what, 6? I think 6. Since I was 6. And during that time, he might have not been the best, but he was a father. And since then, he's cleaned up his act and truly has been a dad. Sometimes he forgets to, do normal dad things because he's never been dad before. But now that he's understood what we really mean to him, it's began to feel like I'm a child again. And sometimes people can't relate. And I get that. I'm sorry for people who do that. Or not do that. For people who have to deal with that. But he's learned. He's understood. He knows where the line is and what not to cross and what not to do. And oh god, my brother has been my mother, my mom has been through a lot actually, and she puts more stress on herself than anyone else. I'm not saying that because I think she's better than anyone else, but saying that because it's true. She's put everyone on her back and carried us through Mount Everest and back. More than twice. I would say like 4 times over. And I'm blessed by whatever God has given me this family that I have. And I don't know if there's even a God out there, but who knows? I am blessed, I am privileged, I am happy to have such an adoring family who knows what I do, who understands what I get at, who gets the jokes when I say them, who laughs at jokes anyways, who actually wants to be around with me. And that alone is a great feeling. Friend or not, if you find someone that you want to be around, then stick around, understand them. Think of who they are. And there's people who misinterpret that. Sometimes there's people who misinterpret being friendly as flirting. And I've had it happen to me a few times, where I try to be friendly and then it ends up with me being in a date who fell in love with someone. And I've had my heart broken because of that. Many of times. But each time that I've lost someone, I've gained knowledge. Not every bad experience is just bad. You can gain some form of knowledge from it. Getting laid off of work, being in an accident, like having something bad happen to you isn't always just bad. You can always gain great knowledge just from finding out the failures that has been caused. Finding out what to do if that ever happens again. Finding out life-changing scenarios that you might need in your life. There's people I've seen who've been through a lot and yet still act like them because they took what was a bad situation into a learning environment. That they learned from what truly happened and understood it. Like in school, there's always... What was that? There's always, is he wearing a helmet? Okay. Like in tests, in schools. If you fail a test, you can read it over and understood what you did. Understand that you failed the test because of missing this question. Failed the test because you didn't read over that question again. And every failure is a learning experience. test or not, you'll always learn. And I did my permit test maybe 6 times. 5 or 6 times. I did that permit test. Not because I failed it based off me not being smart and not understanding the questions. I was afraid of driving. Like, deathly afraid. I didn't want to go out to the road because I felt like it was unsafe. I shouldn't drive when I have my loved one in the car with me when I barely have ever touched the steering wheel. But my mom believed in me. And when I first got my permit, my mom wanted me to drive her home. And I thought she was crazy. I thought that I've never touched a steering wheel before. I don't think I am equipped to drive my mother back home, which wasn't even that long of a drive. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe, around there. But every time I look at it, I just can't believe that someone would trust me that much to do that. And I may have failed a few things when I drove there, but it was also because I learned from it. I learned that I can push that limit of me failing into just me gaining experience. And you can take that anywhere in life. You can just go and do whatever you want and learn from it. Alright then. Don't mind that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's because of how I look, but honestly, it's whatever. I'm curious what he will say. This demon. I need you to kill everyone except me. Alright, I guess. Alright then. Oh, I see. I've never used this before. Alright, move it. Open that door. Shove grab. That's it. I don't know how much health I got, but I guess we're about to know, aren't we? Oh, that was quick. But I don't even remember what I was talking about. That was cool. I've never done that before. Every experience is a learning experience, and eventually, you'll find someone or something, and they're all gone. That was funny. They're looking at me like I did that. But yeah, find what you want in life and do it. Do I even have a... Cheating. Find what makes you happy and Do whatever you want. How would I end this video? You know what? I'm gonna add like a PNG star platinum when I do a point. Stop platinum. End the video.